So here I am. It's August 22nd, 2018. And this is Dr. Amy Breeze Harper. And this is where I spent a majority of my time, Lebanon Elementary School in Lebanon, Connecticut. And this brings back so much. My family was one of, I think, 2 black families in the entire town, probably 99% white. Very small to begin with. At least when I grew up, it was about 4,000 people here. And I'm here visiting my parents. They're still here. And I brought 4 kids with me, my own 4 kids, and it just brings back so much. This is the school where I learned that there were a lot of people that were against me and my family because it was the early 80s and we had moved into a town that was all white. And people were not comfortable with that. The town where there were many people who also were very comfortable with us. And we developed deep, rich friendships despite racial tensions in the early 80s amongst or between white and black folk and others. This is the school where I learned that I was lactose intolerant, or what more progressive thinkers around decolonial food would call lactose normal. I was in the back of the school. We were waiting in line to go back in the school. I felt sick and I vomited up my lunch. An hour earlier I'd been told while I sat there with a half a carton of milk, you know what? I can't drink this. I feel sick. And one of the lunch aides, a woman, demanded that I better finish my milk if I want to go play. She probably had good intentions and a good heart. Why would I be allergic to milk? Why would milk make me sick? Milk is what does the body good, right? Or as Melanie Dupuy would say, it's actually was part of a white nationalist building of bodies of this country, really connected to that white supremacist framework. As a food studies scholar, you know, those are one of the instances I look back in my life really questioning food and the normalcy of particular ways of eating, and it's connected to who does and does not belong. Near the library, that white building I think it used to be, I remember lining up in the 6th grade. And there was a smear of something on the wall, looked like probably mud or maybe dog poop. And a little boy named Nathan, I won't expose his last name, said to me, "Hey, that looks like dog crap. It's the same color as your skin." And this is the school where I learned that I would have to work 2, 3, 4 times harder to succeed. Because my parents had told me, we don't live in a meritocracy. And that you have to work and be better, 2, 3, 4 times better than the average white student, because that's just reality. It's also the school where I learned how to play the clarinet, became the #1 ranked clarinet player in the school by the time I was in high school, and I was supported by teachers such as Miss Gagnon, elementary school, principals such as Mr. James McKenna, who signed off on my senior project, which was me writing a book about a little boy being raised by 2 gay men. And I remember him writing, may the world be ready for Amy, or may Dartmouth be ready for Amy. And at the same time, having been accepted into that school, into Dartmouth College, there are people who gave my mom static about me and my twin brother being accepted, because it must have been because we were black. Not because we graduated number 3 and 4, straight A students, played multiple instruments, I had written a book. Quite frankly, it was just because your children were black. So these are the memories I have. Growing up in elementary school, going to school in elementary school. And just really reflecting, I'm back here with my kids, and I just can't believe I survived it, and I thank the numerous people such as my parents and the teachers that did support me, and my mother, who was at the school a lot making sure that nobody engaged in racist and white supremacist behavior to take away our chances for success. So I cannot stress enough that my mother, she made it clear, you will not F with my children. Do not F with my children. I developed a lot of close relationships with quite a few kids that now entering our adult years, we still stay in touch. I remember quite a few white kids that I thought were deeply racist and or homophobic. And they probably were because of the culture of the household they grew up, the culture of this town. And then finding out as adults that some actually came out of the closet and were happily living as the gay or lesbian identity they really wanted to have as children or teens. And then others who had ended up partnering or marrying people of color and having mixed race children and really understanding what that means in this country and shifting from what appeared to be white supremacy framing of reality when they were younger, or at least performing that to appease parents that probably spotted that nonsense. Making that shift to understanding that that's not going to work for the partner they fell in love with or their children, and making radical changes. So that's what this all brings back, and just happy to share that with you. This rich agricultural town filled with a lot of painful memories, but also a lot of amazing and positive memories. So that's it, where I grew up, Lebanon, Connecticut. And I'm here decades later with my 4 children.